fun.
I'm laughing. Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Audacity of Adulting. I'm your host, Jaira.
And I'm your host, Lynn.
And today we'll be talking about who we are and what our podcast is all about.
So for every podcast episode, we're going to be sipping on something good. And today, in celebration of our pilot episode, we're going to be drinking our Starbucks. I've got a pistachio oat latte here.
And I've got a matcha latte with soy milk.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Coffee. If you have any drink recommendations, give us a comment below, and we're going to be adding it to the list because we've got tons of episodes, so tons of drinks coming up. So this has been long awaited. We have been planning this for quite a bit, and we are very excited to shoot our pilot episode. Just a disclaimer or kind of like a note here. This isn't a high quality, well thought out kind of podcast. It's just a conversation between two people with different views and in different stages of life. And basically, no matter what stage of life you're in, we're always going to go through the highs and lows of adulting, and we just wanted to chat about it and see if anybody else can relate to what we're feeling, and just kind of have you guys be a part of our discussions as well. But I was born and raised in Canada with Filipino immigrant parents. I don't remember when my parents came here, but they did immigrate here a few years before I was born. So while they were trying to learn the Western Canadian culture, they still had their Filipino roots. So I've got a mix of Canadian and Filipino roots instilled in me growing up. I am a content creator on the side. You can follow me on any of my platforms, and I will plug all my platforms down below as well as Jaira's. And yeah, I thought that a podcast would be super, super fun to start and a really fun project to do with my cousin here. We are first cousins through our parents. My mom and her dad are siblings, and we are the same age. So we have been close since birth, almost.
Basically.
Yeah, she's like 2 weeks older than me. So like literally we are like almost the same age. And I thought that 2022 would be a good year to do something new together, to try out editing a podcast and just kind of step into a different direction of content creating. Since we've already done YouTube in the past, and we do TikToks and we post on Instagram and stuff like that. So this would be another fun outlet to try and make a hobby out of, and who knows, maybe a business. But yeah, I'll let Jaira continue her intro so I don't share any info on her.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in America, in Washington. My parents are obviously Filipino, and they came here, went to Washington in 1995, and I was born in 1996. I'm always on TikTok. I love making TikToks and everything TikTok. I am excited about this podcast and our new project for this year. I'm mostly excited about the editing process. I used to edit my own videos. I used to vlog on YouTube, but that stopped for a little bit. So this is a new way for me to get back into it. And yeah.
Okay, so we will share the text message. I know, it sounds ominous, but it's not. But basically, one day I was listening to a bunch of podcasts, which I usually do on Spotify while I work, if I get tired of music or I get tired of watching videos on YouTube. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to start a podcast? But I'm already deep in the water in all of my own stuff. I have a full-time job. I content create and I do all my content from scratch. My videos, I edit. I'm a one-woman show basically. So I thought, maybe I should ask my cousin if she'd want to do a podcast. I had no idea the logistics or if it was possible, but I literally texted her and maybe we can share.
Too.
Yeah, maybe we can share a photo of the text on the screen. But basically, I was like, hey, do you want to start a podcast? And then she's like, yeah, let's do it. And from that point on, it's history. We started working on branding. We started working on the name of our podcast together. We would FaceTime each other every day and like have meetings on like the outline of our podcast episodes.
Yeah, and like ideas, building ideas on what we'll actually do for our podcast.
Yeah, and like how like logistics, like how are we gonna meet? How often? Where are we filming and all that stuff? So together we have our baby, our new baby, which is the podcast, the Audacity of Adulting. And yeah, I thought it was just so funny because it started from literally one text message that said, "Hey, like let's start this."
Yeah.
And I really love that like quality in my cousin because I'm also the same way where, you know,
Impulse.
yeah, no, seriously, that is one of my worst and best qualities. I'm super impulsive, but like when I want to do something, I do it. So I really love that she was on board with me because this podcast would definitely not be possible without her because I'm just so busy. So I'm very, very excited. But why don't you tell your side? Because I'm the one that
Yeah.
sent the text message.
So one day, she just randomly texted me like, "Hey, do you want to start a podcast?" And I thought, like, I would be down, and I just started like brainstorming ideas and how this could actually be a thing. And I mean, it's great that we have a place, or you have a place that we can actually film from.
Yeah, and it's so awesome that like we both bring different skill sets to the table. So I am very creative. I'm very marketing focused. I'm very like almost like business oriented, business and creative in my mind. And Jaira, she's a lot more technical. Like she set us up with the mics. She set us up with the software to record us. She's going to be doing all the editing. So literally without that, I would not know where to start. So it's like
Yeah,
both of
different.
us together work really well and hopefully will be the success of this podcast. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. This is a really short pilot episode. We just wanted to come say hi and let you know what's going on the road. But we have a lot of episodes coming up, just chatting about adulting and
Like different topics from marriage, kids to what our lifestyle is, and really the different aspects of like how I think of things and how you view things,
yeah.
and how we bring different things to the table.
And like, you know, we're at a place in life where we accept that we don't have the same stance on every single topic or every single idea, but we're respectful enough to talk about it and listen, which is really, really nice to have like in, you know, a group of friends or like in any relationship with anybody. So that's going to be really fun. We are kind of outlining our podcast to be in a way where it's like we each share our views, we share the views of what we see in kind of society now.
In the world.
Yeah, and then kind of like what we think is going to go down the line or if there's any changes that need to be made or just kind of like a wrap up. But that's pretty much it. I don't want to keep this too long. We are releasing episodes bi-weekly, so twice a month. With the exception of February, we're releasing our pilot episode now, and then we're going to be releasing a special Valentine's Day episode next week. And then after that, our next episode will be 2 weeks from the Valentine's Day one.
Yeah.
So we are very excited. Make sure to give us a follow. We are launching our social media platforms, which is going to be fun, and that is my job. So I'm excited.
I will be editing everything.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get started on that.
Yeah, stay tuned for our next episodes. Follow us on everything. She'll be linking that down below in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening on Spotify, follow us on there as well. Cheers to us. Cheers to 2022 and our podcast for this year.
Cheers to us.